Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Run Through. Now, this episode, you may notice a few differences to where we're living. After the last episode, I did some expanding, made a tanning and sewing room in here. Had to patch up some gravel spots. There was a vein of coal right there. Forgot that tin. And this room where I moved all our smelting stuff. I built some chimneys, which I'll show you the recipe to, but I'm not making any more since I've got plenty. Also, I moved our forge down here, our anvil, and this patching is because of this cave here. I already mined out the ores from this cave, but there's still some other stuff. Had to patch in a bit up there so nothing fell down on my head from what looked to be a hole in the ceiling. But anyway, that's enough about that. This episode, we are going to get started on bronze. Now, we've already got some tin here. Now, what we do with tin is just like what we do with, well, copper. 7. I think it's 1 to an ingot. We need our tongs. And very quickly, the crafting recipe for a chimney. You take a material. I used cobblestone bricks. There's some other materials. Regular cobblestone I don't think works. You put it in that pattern and make some chimneys. Now, as you may have noticed, I have plenty. Also, because we're going to be doing forging, I'm going to grab the apron. And we're also going to need this, and this, and these. And, oops, this. Let me grab this real quick. It's also sturdier than regular cobblestone. But anyway, so we're just going to make this into some tin. Here's my hammer. And once that's all ready, we're going to make ourselves a new anvil, a new hammer, plenty of new stuff to be used this episode. We're really going to need it. Also, as you may notice, I expanded the reed farm. Okay, plenty of tin. Soon, once we get some iron, I'm going to purify some. Iron's a little different in this mod, or at least it used to be. Not sure. I'm not sure of some of the later game stuff. I heard there were some changes. Anyway, once we get some iron, I'm probably going to build some buckets and move most of our production in here. I might even make a little pool lined with sand to use for more, what's it called, salt. Even though we're going to be getting flux, which can work the same way, but we're going to need our flux for glue, which we need for leather. And not just the rough stuff, we've got real leather, which is going to become very necessary, as you'll see in a moment. And making real leather is not as hard as you might think it would be. Alright, so just turn all of this into ingots. How much have I got already? Also, slag. Oh, got a nice bit of slag. Got 4, so this is going to be 5. And we're going to stop for now because we can only make as much... we can only use about half as many tin as we can use copper to make bronze. Now, next off, we're going to need a crucible to mix it all in, which is made like this. Later game, we're going to make one out of granite once we can mine granite. I'll put this here. And then we're going to turn this into a plank and this into another fire pit. Set that down there so that we can heat it. And then in here, first off, we're going to need to make clean leather. So put our animal tendons in there. Start digging this out for flux. Oh, got some already. Actually, gonna turn this into more slag. There we go. Pile all this up. Yeah, and it'll break. Sometimes one will disappear, and I should get more flux. That's one more piece. Sometimes it doesn't give me flux, though, and still takes one away, and I think that's some kind of glitch. But I can't be sure. Oh, 4 pieces. That should be good for now. So, toss the flux in here with animal tendons. Make some planks. Put, oh, I'd say about 2 in there. Make a new piece, a new dry rocks. Light this up. Let that turn into glue, and while that's cooking, we're going to make a bench top, which we're going to need to make leather. We're going to set this up in the tanning room right here. And all we're going to do for that is, well, you'll see in a moment, we'll take our rotten flesh, which is actually useful in this mod. Put rotten flesh there, the rough leather there, and we'll make some gory leather. Sounds pleasant, doesn't it? Then we're going to use that glue we're making, or what glue we have, to make a... Just make some sticks real quick. So stick, glue, plank, that makes a mallet. Now, I probably should have covered this in the last episode on tanning, but I'd kind of forgotten. We pound this with a mallet a couple of times. Gets us some leather. And there we go. So, we're going to need to turn this leather into... oh, I need more wood. Also, after last episode, I collected plenty of wood. Let's use up the birch. Turn this into some planks. Turn these planks into, well, planks. That there, this there, and there. We've got a bellows. Now, sometimes I forget, but it will place in the opposite direction to where you are looking. And you want it hooked up with the forge like this. Now, what the bellows do is heat up the forge to a higher temperature. Now that our glue is done, take that out. We're going to, let me check the recipe real quick. We're going to want, where is it? Yeah, we're going to want some bronze. Also, I'm going to throw 1 piece of copper in there very quickly. Grab a piece of coal. Throw this coal in there. Light it up once again. There we go. Now, while we let that heat up, it's going to make a single piece of copper that we're really going to need. Throw our tin and copper in there. Throw a couple more pieces of copper in. And, oh, we're really going to need more copper. Usually it's easier to find copper than tin. Seems the other way around. Then again, there are a couple of veins of copper outside, and I do have this. So maybe I'm just not smelting as much copper. But anyway, throw some fuel onto this fire. 3 minutes should be good for now. Light it up, and if you'll watch, we're not going to watch the whole thing since that would take forever. If you will watch... Oh, blah. Like that. Wow, I'm stupid today. Throw in 1 more because of that little mishap. And that should make some bronze. Now, grab this one copper. Oh, nope. I'm going to want to put this on so I don't burn myself. Grab this single copper from there. Toss this down on the table. Toss down a little plank for it. There. And hit it. There we go. Got ourselves a copper hammer. So, I'm just going to cool this down right here. If you heard that, that was my dad coming inside. Let's see. We have ourselves a copper hammer now. It's a little damaged due to not being the finest quality when I made it, but it doesn't really matter too much. It's still good. Next, we're going to take all this bronze we've been making, stupid zombies. I guess they're spawning in the cave over there. Grab this, come over here, and I believe, I don't want to screw up on this again. What was it? Like that. There we go. Small bronze anvil. We can also make a large bronze anvil, but we're not doing that right now. Grab, no. There we go. Put my pickaxe in here. Pick up this old anvil, which we will never need again. Throw down our bronze anvil. And now, the bronze we've got left is usable for us. Also, I'm going to take out this tin ore, throw in my copper, split some of this, and start getting to work on making a bit more copper for us. So, now you guys know how to make... Whoa! What? No, you stay away. I don't want what you're selling. Stupid door-to-door salesman. Anyway. So, just finish up with this. I guess I'll use our copper hammer for now. And like so, as I've shown you guys many times. And just grab that up. Now, here we have all of our... Now, let's see. Oh, that was tin, right. Alright, so back to copper for a little bit. Why am I just taking it out here? It needs to be hit first. Anyway. Get this copper all set up. Also, later on, we're probably going to make a repair hammer, but that's for later, not for now. It's another sort of hammer, other than the two I've got already. I think there's 4 different kinds of hammer in this mod, including the mallet. But anyway, so just finish up this copper here. Cool down this last piece. And actually, I think I need to get one more piece, because I already had one in the crucible. And go back to our crucible. Pop in this copper, like so. Put down some more fuel. Light it up. There we go. Oh, soon I'm also going to replace this with a tinderbox, which is the next step up. And also, flint and steel is still in this mod, but it uses actual steel and not iron, so it's gonna be a while before we get that. Now, as you've noticed, this is where the quality bar you've seen comes into play. Because if you notice, this was made slightly damaged because the quality bar wasn't at its fullest. So, next up, we're going to want to make ourselves... We're going to want to start heating up this bronze to make some bronze ingots. There we go. Grab this by accident. did I have to be holding my tongs? No, I gotta do this. Grab this. Alright. So now we're going to be making a couple of bronze tools so I can show you a few crafting recipes. We're not going to make a whole lot this episode, but we're going to get some legitimate work done. So toss in. We only really need one piece of coal. Light up the forge again. And now you get to see why I made the bellows. Normally, this is the temperature coal will put it at. But that's not quite enough for bronze. Bronze needs to be heated up like this because it has a higher temperature necessary for working. So I'm only going to make one tool this episode, other than the hammer I've already made, and the mallet. Okay, rephrase that. I'm only going to forge one new tool this episode, and the temperature is lower than I thought. I'm only going to make one tool this episode. I'm going to make us a pickaxe. Because the little hand pick I've been using is getting ready to break. We need something to replace that. So, grab our hafts, set them up like this. I believe it only really needs that much, and we can forge it, just like this. Now we really need to keep an eye on the quality bar. So every once in a while, I'm going to do a few right clicks onto it, repair it up a bit. Now, the timing for this is 1 second in between heavy hits, and about half a second between each light hit. Sometimes my computer is going to double click due to a bit of lag. But there we go, and because there's not a whole lot left, I'm just going to right click it to finish, so it doesn't take too much damage. Grab it with my stone tongs, run outside, cool it off, and we have ourselves our first forged tool, a nice bronze pickaxe. Next episode, I'm going to be going out looking for some more copper and tin so that we can set up a big furnace, which is much better than the bloomery we have set up right now. And I'm also going to be looking for iron because we can finally mine that out. Anyway, that's it for this episode. See you all next time.